are here with Mr. Chris Lucas
How's it
again.
going, guys?
How you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
Doing good, man, you know.
Let's
Just,
bring your
Hey,
mic
you
up.
could get a little closer, buddy.
My
You
bad,
can
sorry.
move it, dude.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Get a little
Here.
closer, dude.
Let me little ASMR.
Christian.
I think he started the last one off with ASMRs. He's like, I really like these microphones, guys. These are pretty
Dude,
cool.
I feel like this is probably the most professional I've ever felt. And even earlier today, I started feeling like a true adult, and I was like, "Wow."
Why?
I'm
Why
not-
earlier today?
I was talking business with like
You
friends
masturbated for
and-
the first time.
Yes, that as well. I saw my first boner.
Nice.
No, I was just talking business with friends and just trying to figure out what like self-employment and stuff like that, and just trying to figure
Nice,
out how to,
dude.
like how to file for that. And we were talking like CPAs and like taxes and
yeah.
tax write-offs, and I was like,
You're really getting your life together.
I'm trying, dude.
Dude, this is
Like,
a big change from last time we had you on. Wow.
yeah,
And then you told your buddy, you're like, I got a podcast I got to be to at this time.
yeah,
They probably made you look really legit.
Yeah.
dude. He so it's so weird trying to be like an adult and stuff like that. And I was actually talking with like the owner of the shop that I'm at, and he was like, I guess he wants to make me like, the plan is to eventually move me into like where like I'm kind of like managing the shop essentially, where we have like a second chain of command, and then there's me. And for anything contract work wise, like anything at the shop, he wants me to be like essentially the manager of that spot. And it's like, it's weird because I've never seen myself as a manager or anyone that like can lead people like that. And
So
now,
you're really becoming the lion in a pack of wolves.
and it,
What? That didn't even
yeah, that sure.
Yeah.
But it was really strange because it was like, I've never had that. And I would say this is the closest year to me stepping up to like being anything. I mean, like I used to be like club president and like vice president of other stuff, but it was like right now is it's weird for me because like I think last time I was even still part of Clean Culture and we hadn't started a new team yet. And so well, for car clubs, for anyone that doesn't know anything car culture wise, I used to be the chapter lead of Clean Culture before, and then now we disbanded for the Las Vegas chapter, and then now we're over here. We started our own team, and I'm the chapter president of that, essentially the founder of Parabellum. And
Is everybody from Clean Culture in this, or
not everyone. A lot of people did end up leaving, and because everyone kind of like life happens, not everyone can do car stuff with everyone again. And, you know, life happens again. People have kids, people have their careers to focus on. And so I'm never gonna shame anyone on having to pick their life over cars.
Except for me.
Except for, well, Goose, hold on. Let's talk about this. So Goose,
here we go, ladies and
There
gentlemen.
we go. Sit down.
it was, when did you ask me to
I don't
help
know,
you
but
put on your wrap?
You were talking shit last time on the podcast, and the car's in the same state it was when you were on here like 30 episodes ago.
And it's still in the same exact state.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I think that the dust there waved hello at me and said, "Hey there, Chris. How's it going? Long time no see."
Hey, life happens, Chris. Why are you shaming me?
Yeah.
In the words of your wife, she has said, "Chris, please come over more so that you can make Goose work on his car."
It took a podcast to get you here, Chris.
Ooh.
You know that's a damn lie because I've been here.
Dude, he's becoming an adult
I know,
now.
dude. I know. He's all growing up and
He's
shit.
got business
It's-
meetings and all kinds of shit
It's
now, dude.
honestly really weird. to
Press
say.
conferences.
No, you know what? Now that we're completely off topic, I forgot what you were talking about.
So we were talking about your new endeavors.
Yeah.
The
over
Parabellum
in Parabellum, but
and Clean Culture, bringing those guys and stuff.
we were kind of talking about, we're on the track of me being like stepping up and being like leadership, like material crap.
So
And
is Clean Culture no longer around, or
Clean Culture in its entirety is still around, but the reason why we ended up kind of like leaving and branching off is because Clean Culture is focusing more on a brand on itself, which is not a bad thing. That's kind of where they want to move to. And we all kind of saw it as they didn't care about the teams themselves and didn't consider it a car club anymore and more of a car brand.
Okay.
And so we kind of just pushed away from that. And they're trying to push more to be car clubs again, but they're not like it just didn't seem like we got the support that we
they
wanted.
they just kind of were using almost like you guys as their like advertisement to build their brand.
And that's kind of how we saw it. I don't want to say that's exactly what they wanted, but that's kind of how we saw it.
Yeah.
And we weren't getting anything out of it. And it was kind of one of those things that we felt that we were being used, and we never really saw support, like sharing us on the pages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I fortunately was able to be shared on like the actual like Clean Culture Instagram page a few
Mhm.
times. And it was one of those things that I actually reached out to them and said, hey, here's my car.
Yeah.
You want to post it? And it wasn't like they were like, hey, like you're the chapter lead. Do you guys have any cars that like you want to post?
Uh-huh.
And it was more so about like posting about like their apparel and like all the other stuff that they sell.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they've become a little bit too much of a business and not so much a club anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so my
The brand, that's what you're saying, yeah.
exactly. And so we were just with friends, and we were kind of just sitting there talking about it. And it was actually at the time I had just become chapter lead, and my friends were like, let's leave Clean Culture. Let's start our own team. And I was like, guys, you guys can't do this to me. Like I'm literally sitting here trying to like this is like the team I'd always wanted to join, and now you guys are trying to take it away from me and start something new. And I was like,
Yeah.
crap. Now, post all that, it has been a phenomenal thing for me because it's made me figure out how to run stuff, how to go and reach out to businesses, and just how to speak with like my friends who are our sponsors and stuff like that. Just like how to really talk to them about like how to not only what's the word, how to support me, but also how to support my team, and
Mhm.
like how
Is-
we can all support each other.
Is that something common amongst like the bigger clubs though, do you think? Like that they kind of maybe they don't start out like that, or do you think that's just they end up getting so big and then the money starts rolling in, they just keep pushing in that direction?
It really depends on the teams.
Yeah.
I would say like Hybrid has always been a team that is been, I mean, like I don't want to say that their quality has been going down like a little bit. I know people have said it. I sometimes notice it in some of their chapters, but not necessarily overall. But they themselves are not like a brand.
Okay.
They are a car club, and they're very like high end, like build kind of car club.
Mhm.
I want to say like there's teams like Eliminate where they do sell merch and stuff like that, but they are very close with each other, and like a lot of it is the brand, but and making content, but that's how they make money. Like that's how
Okay.
like they themselves, because they are their own employer kind of thing. The same idea of everyone being an entrepreneur and
Yeah.
trying to be able to support themselves and support their hobbies, and
So kind of it does fall down, I think, at that point, kind of
you have to
almost like it's almost like starting a nonprofit for them. They're finding all these guys that are doing the work for free. It's pushing their brand,
yes.
and that's kind of just when they start using everybody at that point. So it sounds like, yeah.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
that's what I feel like the teams that do end up like that don't tend to last very long, because like the following that they gain from being car clubs, or they're like whatever team they are, tends to kind of fall down to they start like it feels like being used.
Uh-huh.
Like the
Yeah.
support isn't there, like the feeling of like unity, I guess is the best way to put it.
It's like a band selling out, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how is it running a like a car club in COVID times?
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious how that works. Like,
It's got to relate to like us in music right now.
yeah.
So we have lost a few members just from it, and I won't knock them, because I mean, like, if they want to move on to like a team that is more prospered, I think is the best way to say it. Like their popularity is known around town and stuff like that, and they're known more on the internet, and or just maybe how they react with each other. Like two of our guys ended up leaving. I will never shame them. I am happy for the fact that they did join us when we did. I was told that it was like they left because it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, which
Mhm.
I can totally understand. Like it's COVID times where not everyone can hang out.
Uh-huh.
I'm never gonna push people to hang out all the time, to always talk. Like I'm not always talking. I'm not always on my phone trying to message people. Like I'm trying to do what I need to do in person and like stay away from social media sometimes, especially lately.
Yeah.
But some people have regular jobs, and I'm not gonna push someone to try and like always make car clubs their life.
Uh-huh.
We're there whenever you need us, and then we just hope that you're there when we need you. Kind of thing.
That's cool because I hear a lot about like car clubs being like, oh, you gotta be at this amount of meetings and you gotta be.
Yeah, and
they try and make it a job.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, I'm just trying to build a car. And
I feel like
fun.
that probably takes the fun right out of it.
Exactly. And so I don't want to do that. I want to make it to where all my friends and all the people that are in the team can do what they're doing. And if you want to do car stuff, we're here. We're here for you. Like, you can do anything and everything that car related with us. And I mean, right now, especially because it's cold, it sucks because we can't really hang out with everyone.
Yeah.
So like doing barbecues or anything like that, especially during COVID times, like you can't always do that. So, it's one of those things that we kind of have to work around. And once we're past all this and once it starts warming up, we kind of want to get like together, start doing like hangouts again and just going and doing shows again.
Yeah.
We're actually going to Gearhead Society in over in Phoenix at the end of the month, January 23rd.
I heard Phoenix is like wide open right now. Like there's no restrictions down there, they're saying. Or they're not abiding by them is what one of our friends said.
That's what my brother was saying. He was saying that it's very close to that.
Yeah, he said like everybody's like, nobody wears masks, nobody does anything, they just fucking chill.
I was gonna ask how our shows here. Is there even anything going on?
A lot of it ended up getting canceled. And it's kind of
Vegas, bro.
I seen some I think Cars and Tacos
cursing
got
on this
canceled.
show because I was about to like,
oh fuck it, dude.
Dude, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, like a lot of the shows that were supposed to happen this year, they obviously got canceled.
Yeah.
But then there was some shows that were supposed to happen that abided by the rules that were set. Like everyone had to wear masks, 6 feet apart. They were going to have like all of this, like all the hand sanitizer, everything to be like sanitary about it. And then it was like, Sisolak was just like, nope, not allowed. But then like
on this show, we call him Sissy Dick.
Sissy Dick.
Fuck Sisolak. Fuck Sissy Dick. Whatever.
Sissy Dick.
Sissy?
Chris
Dick.
is like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word.
So
he's like, can I say?
But no, fuck him. Because, dude, did you see New Year's? Did you see how packed New Year's was?
Yeah.
Did you so? There's that, and then the fact that we were able, and I get it, casinos is our livelihood for the lot of Vegas, and
pays like everything.
But like it was bullshit because people can stand around next to each other, but then like you can't have a car show that was only going to go on for a few hours and everything was going to be followed along, and then it's like no.
I don't know, man. We're just such a we're such like a lib democratic state that everybody just feeds into the narrative that's being pushed right now. And it's really sad because like even like after New Year's, I mean, anybody, they won't say that they were, but like, there was a lot of people definitely from out of town down there on the strip.
Oh yeah.
But there's a lot of people from Vegas that were down there on the strip as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And
then they'll turn around and bitch and be like, oh, look at all these fucking people. And like, I seen like stuff on like Instagram and Twitter especially. They're just like bitching about stuff. And I'm like, they're like, it was like they were posting, I was telling you on a couple episodes ago, they were posting like pictures of the lines at the, one of those urgent cares. I'm like, if you live in Vegas, every urgent care has like 500 people at it as is. So what the fuck are you talking about? Trying to just make it blow up like Vegas is just diseased and infected. And I'm like, dude, over it. I think we're all over it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, like my sister was telling me, she's an ER nurse. COVID cases did spike, but like I just hate the fact that it's so like, it's either one or the other. Like it's very like one-sided with this. Like a lot of it is leaning
divided
towards casinos and like, but I don't even want to get into that. I'll say this. Like we can have some car meets. Excuse me. And can we actually, you guys have never really been to car meets lately, have you?
No.
So, but you guys know
Never.
takeovers and the fact that people like two-step at meets and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that real quick, actually?
Okay.
What are your guys'
You're about to
opinions on
pop
all
off,
that stuff? Oh my God.
Chris is about to lose his shit.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
So like
round 2.
we had a meet last week. Last Wednesday, it's the usual Wednesday meet. everyone's chilling, and there's this one guy that starts off all of like the two-step stuff. He burns out spots so quickly. The reason why a lot of meets haven't been able to happen is because everyone burns them out either doing stupid shit like takeovers or like just popping and banging, being obnoxiously loud.
This guy's known for this?
I guess so. I guess he burnt out like the last like 3 or 4 spots.
Jesus.
And
You want to shout out? I'm just
I don't
kidding,
even know
I'm
his
kidding, I'm
Instagram.
kidding.
No, I like it's cool, like it's cool, like car and cool pops and bangs. You guys know I love that shit. But like there's a time and place, and like it's cool to roll into a spot and do it, and then it's cool to do that when you leave. But not in the middle of the meet. Because at some point it's like there was like
where was this at?
Over like Chinatown off Spring Mountain. It was like over like the Chinatown Plaza little area right next to like Tia Joy 702 karaoke area. But we're sitting there and you just hear wah pop 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 pop, and then it just goes like it went like that for like 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
And then finally it was like what pop 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 pop, and then it started just going across the entire meet. I think at some point 10 people were doing it.
Jesus Christ.
And
how many people were there?
I think we had a good amount of people there.
Yeah.
Like the lot was filled. And so we're sitting there. All my friends and I are just looking at each other. We're like, yep, spot's burnt. This is done. Like we can no longer have a meet here.
Because you guys get permission from like the businesses, right?
Usually,
sometimes.
And then like the cops have said like, hey, if you guys are gonna have a meet, just tell us.
Be respectful.
Yeah, be respectful. Tell us so that way we're not like rolling up on you guys all pissed off. Like we're at least like aware.
So you let the police know?
It wasn't my meet. I'm not telling people. I don't know.
Do you usually though?
I think so. I don't, like I said, I'm not the person that starts the meet.
The coordinator.
Yes.
I don't understand. Maybe it's just a I don't know. Maybe those guys are just building their cars for the wrong reason. I mean,
there's a lot of people that build these cars for like just the clout, like the Instagram clout.
Yeah, exactly.
People are building it for others, and I know it's been a long retired topic of like build it for yourself, don't build it for others.
I think that's what we talked about on the last podcast with you.
Yeah, that's why we pulled out of all of it. Really, was because we just, it started getting like really repetitive, and then it started getting like you had to post a picture every day, and you had to do this, and then you had to do that, and it was like and it was.
And you know me, like I was actually in that. Like
yeah. So that was like for us, like immediately, it was just like within like the first like 6 months, we're like, dude, this is bullshit. Like, and then like all of a sudden it's like nobody gives a fuck who you are. And you start winning trophies and doing this and doing that. And then all of a sudden everybody wants you to be in their club.
Yeah.
Everybody wants you to do this and like, oh, dude, your car's so sick. And it's like, dude, well, you didn't fucking think so when I rolled down here the first time.
Yep.
You didn't want to fucking talk to us. So, and now that, you want
You're
us to
getting
join,
social media attention. Everybody wants you to fucking join it.
It's like, hey, man, you saw your page is growing. Like you've been thinking about joining any clubs. It's like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
See,
I don't care the following you have. Like, I want my team to grow, but I want everyone to be cool. I don't want to have a bunch of drama in it.
Yeah.
And what we care about the most is like quality in like cars.
Yeah.
I don't want someone with like some like reppy parts that like their car is gonna fall apart or it looks like they pulled it out of like a cereal box. I mean, I want someone to where like they can at least, or if they're learning, to appreciate quality. They may not have like the best build in the world, but I want something clean. I want something to where like I can see that you're putting in the work and that you're not sitting there like, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, a bunch of empty promises, and then 6 months come along and like everything's like everything you've said is a lie.
Yeah.
I think like the ultimate idea, like I always had for like a car club or something like that, is to build like almost like a compound out of the whole situation, like where everybody's welcome to come. You got like a big warehouse or something. You guys all just work on your cars there. If you want to come hang out, you come hang out. That's where you do all your barbecues.
Yeah.
Throw up stuff like that. This Saturday, they're on the schedule, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like a big place that people are kind of free to come and hang out as you please. It sounds kind of like cheesy and cliche.
Like the first Fast and Furious.
No, almost like on there's a Tokyo Drift.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody has that fucking like place.
Nice,
like that's
nice.
their home,
Yeah.
it's their second home.
Yeah.
And I always thought like something like that would be cool. And like, I think that's how I thought it was going to be like coming into it.
Yeah.
And then once I got into it, it was just a bunch of egotistical pricks.
You guys also went into the car show scene.
Yeah.
There's car show scene, and then there's like track, drift, a bunch of that. And what I've seen, like with drifting and stuff like that, everyone is so friendly and so opening. I remember
Okay.
we talked about this like the last time I was here. Everyone's so open to like helping and like everyone will give
different.
info.
So do you feel like every car club has their own like scene?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, so you said like that's like the car show scene, like the
Yeah, oh,
like
yeah.
the actual car
I
show.
think Noy's asking if like you're
Are you
like,
talking about like a click?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah, no,
so like
absolutely.
what is Parabellum? Like what would you consider?
It's hard to say because we try to have like a little bit of versatility, but we also want like just quality. But like a lot of it just comes down to we're
So
all
do you
friends.
guys go to car shows?
Yeah, we
Okay.
go to shows.
Do
Okay.
you drift meets and all that shit too? Then or is that something you're kind of maybe bringing in?
If we can, a lot of like I'm building my drift car. I'm like my friends are trying to like potentially build drift cars,
Uh-huh.
so we might move into that. It's just more so one of those things that like I want us to be a all around team that doesn't sit here and judge everyone. Like
So you want to be in everything, essentially.
essentially, it'd be cool to dabble in everything. It'd
Okay.
be really fun just to be able to go to like a track day and just hang out, even if we're not like even if we don't have cars there, just to hang out with, like friends that are there.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
that's just kind of the idea that like I think we're trying to build around is just to be like
It's a humble idea. It's a good
Yeah,
idea.
it is.
Very humble.
I'm not trying to be a very high end club where everyone's like, oh, I need to be in this. I want it to be, oh yeah, like Chris and like everyone over at Parabellum is just like hanging out, like
Yeah.
come through, like we're just all hanging out.
Mhm.
Nice, man. That's cool. Definitely cool.
I don't
Well,
want-
cheers, dude.
Now
Cheers
that
to you.
everybody's-
Oh, yeah.
And
Now that everybody's crying.
we didn't cheers yet. Cheers to you,
Yeah,
man,
cheers.
and
Fucking
your new
pricks.
car club.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you becoming an adult.
So
At
that was
25 years old, becoming an adult.
that was the thing I was going to jump into before we finish up that topic a little bit more was you did exactly what I ranted about in the last episode for like 40 minutes is you took 2020, the grain of salt, and you made something out of it.
Yep.
Instead of doing what everybody else did and sat at home on your couch and bitched about it.
And cried and said, I can't do anything. Like,
Yep.
I can't make money. I'm poor. I'm poor. Shit. I'm still poor.
But you
I think the last podcast, I think you had just gotten out of work,
Mm-hmm.
I think you just lost your job.
just lost your
Yep.
job because of COVID.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. And then look at you now, dude.
I
Like,
know.
you're like a little flower that blossomed.
I know.
So-
I actually, oh, here, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, everybody out there, this guy did exactly what I was talking about. I'm sure I fucking pissed off so many people saying that if you use 2020 as an excuse, you're a bitch. But like a lot of people did, and
Yeah.
there was only a handful of people that took it and fucking used that as a stepping stone. Like,
And-
you know what? I'm fucking fired right now, but like this must be my time.
And you're good. You feeling good? Like
Dude.
was it tough? Was it tough?
Oh, it was absolutely tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Like the whole unemployment thing, very like it affected me quite a bit. When I actually not too long after I was on the podcast, I started having like cabin fever. I was very like, I was like, I need to do something. And so I remember we talked about how I had my Miata, and I
Mhm.
ended up selling it just because I needed something to do. The whole like, what's the phrase? It's like still hands, something like either way, like you need to have like you need to always stay busy kind of
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah.
If you're standing still, like everything just starts like you start thinking too much, and then
Yeah.
everything like you get like mentally, I don't want to say mentally ill, but you just like you start thinking about things too much.
You do. One of the biggest things to staying and like even like above this whole COVID bullshit is like we talked about this with one of our other guests, and it was like if you could stay mentally strong, you could overcome anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could overcome the
The
fucking
mind
recession,
is really fucking powerful.
like the loss of
yeah.
your job, all that. But a lot of the people, and I do blame social media, I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
everybody's so weak because of it, and everybody wants to just jump on the narrative and do what everybody else is doing. That nobody took this as a stepping stone; they took it as the end.
Yeah, and like you just said, right? You're staying off social media a little bit more.
Yep.
I noticed that you're like on there every day, and now you don't.
I have noticed you like hardly even posting
Yeah.
anymore. on your-
You're just
used to be
enjoying
like-
life. dude.
I post more on my story,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's just in my opinion. I feel like people look at stories more than like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
actual like posts.
Uh-huh.
I try to post to keep not my sponsors happy, but to like keep the attention of my followers.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they are following me for my car.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also gained a lot of people that are like, now that I'm posting what I do and like all like the projects I'm working on, now they're reaching out to me and they're like, hey, like how much to do this? How much do you charge to do that? Can you do this? And
from like a business standpoint.
yeah, and it's crazy because like I was talking to my dad because I think I got into the car scene 5 years ago, 5 years ago. And it's been insane because I went from being a kid in robotics. That's how I learned how to like really wrench on stuff to I was in my Jeep and then I went to my Sentra and I was just kind of just tinkering with stuff. And then I went into the Veloster where the car behind me, if anyone's watching on YouTube, I built that with my own 2 hands. And it's one of those things that, you know, everything I just learned all the skills that I needed to. And eventually this year kind of just took a turn for the worst of losing my job. And it was like, you know what, guys, like I need to make money. I need to make some side hustle to pay for all the things that I want to pay for. Like, so I started offering that to people. And then I ended up moving into like a shop, thankfully, with the help of my friend Kevin over at 93 Quartz. Shout out to Kevin. And then shout out to Houdini Wraps. But like my friends helped me. And then it just kind of like only recently really grew. And it shows like the fruit of the labor of your like the work and time that you put in to something. And I know a lot of people are like not fortunate enough to be able to like say that. But
Yeah.
dude, even with like the money that we get from stimulus checks and like all that stuff, like people want to spend money.
Yeah.
People will spend so much money.
Oh, yeah.
That you guys remember when we got that first stimulus check, how
Yeah.
quickly everything like prices, like everyone was paying
Oh yeah.
everything. Dude, I sold my Miata. I shit you not, for $5,500. And that was like if I had said $5,500 before COVID, people would have laughed at me.
Yeah.
Everyone would have been like, you are
Out of your
bullshit.
mind.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Why are you asking $5,500? Like it's a Miata. Dude, I've seen like, and that was like I probably could have sold this car for like $7,000.
How fast did it sell? Like from time you?
Oh my God, I sold it in the first week.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I sold it within that first week, and that was just, I want to even say like the first 4 days.
Wow.
Like I sold this car so quick, and that was just because I was waiting on either, I was deciding what like options I had. I had someone offer me a Rocket Bunny 350Z. I had someone offer me like an a Coyote swapped like RX-7.
Because it's like, hey, I'm trying to sell Bronco, guys.
I
Trying
know
to sell a Ford Bronco. Nobody wants it.
he is.
No, you're good. Go on.
Hit him up.
Then.
Hit him up. Go ahead.
but
Go
I
ahead.
mean-
I didn't know the market was strong right now. Hit me up.
Dude, no, honestly, no. Post it on Facebook. Post it on Facebook.
Oh, dude,
post it
Marketplace.
on-
I
yeah.
posted on. I don't have Facebook, guys.
Well, dude, if
Make
you
a-
want to make a sale, bro.
Does Allie
Make
does-
a Facebook.
No, I was gonna say, does Allie have a Facebook?
Probably.
Have her post it.
I don't have a Facebook to know if my wife has a Facebook.
She's your wife.
Yeah.
He honestly doesn't know a whole lot about her.
Apparently not.
I just met her like last week, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
Mail-in bride.
Yeah, I just got her off the boat. It's easy in COVID season.
Really? I thought imports were imports meant.
Nah, he's got
You gotta tell-
he's got to quarantine him for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to tell me your secrets dude. Because like,
He's been waiting on an exhaust for 4 months.
yeah, I know people, dude. I've been waiting on like Christmas presents coming from China that are fucking
Dude, you can't Christmas
For
shop
yourself?
on Wish, bro.
For yourself or
My-
family?
for Diana.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm waiting on like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm waiting on a bunch of anime
okay,
shit.
so you just happen to buy a new car, but you're waiting on your girlfriend's Christmas present. Your fiance, right? Fiance,
It
girlfriend.
might as well be.
Mine
Is
as
your
well,
wife?
dude.
How long you guys been together? Like 20
Like
years?
7 years.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So
gonna pop the question?
Eventually,
Yeah.
eventually.
He's
when,
like, dude, don't put me on the spot, dude.
Well, no, when she's done with school, like I will. But
Yeah.
in 7
For-
years, she can be a doctor.
shit, she might
I'm
as
just
well.
kidding.
But
Like, when did she go to school? He's like, about 7 years ago.
no, but I mean, like
You've been to her school, right? She's still really in school.
Yeah.
She's not just making you wait.
Yeah.
She's not keeping her options open.
I'm just kidding. Nah, she just a lot of misfortune and unfortunate events
Oh, okay.
that happened with her that made her like just slow down with school. But now
Mhm.
she's picking back up with it, and
Nice, nice.
things are going positively for both of us.
Okay, so-
Yeah, I was gonna say you look happy, man. You look good.
Thanks,
you look
man.
good.
I think it's the alcohol.
There was a period there where I seen you. You looked a little stressed out.
Might have been all the
Really?
fucking.
Yeah.
When was that?
When you were living off unemployment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You looked a little.
Cause that whole like $600 was. I'm gonna be real. That
I remember that.
we were getting like $900, dude, and it was crazy. Like $900 a week.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be very real. I abused that shit. I was paying for car parts left and right.
So in the beginning of COVID, then you jumped on the COVID train. You were just blowing your shit like crazy.
Fuck yeah, I was. And then I realized I was like, oh wow, we're not getting that extra $600 anymore.
I gotta figure this shit out.
And that's when I started working for myself.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I need to do something right now. And that's why when I looked stressed out, because I was doing I was doing raps and stuff like that, but then like it just got to the point where people stopped. People stopped wanting to do stuff
Because they were in the same boat you were in.
Yes. And so it's either people prospered or people had a downfall.
Yeah.
And what I kind of found was that, like, obviously I can't be charging like these shop prices in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
And then even then I would be like charging like way less than the shop. And then people are sitting there looking at me like, oh, that's kind of a lot. I have say out of my garage, I would charge like $1,600 for like a sedan.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's $1,000, like a little less than $1,000 in labor.
Yeah. I don't think we ever charged we did a couple of times and I got fucked over. And now it's like people are like, I want my car wrapped over $2,000, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, you didn't look at it yet. Over $2,000. Trust me.
Just overcharge the fuck
For
out
my
of them.
time and for me to make it look right, this was gonna cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I've learned working at a shop is that, like, dude, it is so easy. It is so much easier to bring that cost
up.
Yeah, because people are looking at you, and all you got to say is like overhead, and they're like, yeah, you know what, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like
a lot of people they feel comfortable. No, they feel like when somebody
comforted
in going to the shop. You're at a shop. When it's at a guy's house, they're like, I'm dropping off my $30,000 car.
Yep.
And I just gave him, $1,000, and I owe him another $1,500.
Well, especially if they don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
It's different with a friend.
Yeah.
So when they go to a shop, they have that comfort level, and then a lot of guys will use it as a bragging right. So if they got money, they're gonna be like, when we'd bring people in, when we worked for a car audio shop, they'd fuck people over all the time because they would see these guys come in. They'd bring moms would bring their kids in, fucking loaded. They'd show up in like a Bentley.
Yeah.
And $1,000 stereo system is now $700 for door install because they know you got the money. And there's guys that do that at these places, but they're like, the kid's like, Mom, oh my God, a $5,000 system. It's got to be good.
Yep.
And they pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And you sit there and you're in shock. You're like, bro, we just put in $100 worth of fucking stereo equipment in your car for $5,000.
Yeah.
And then I see what it costs for them to get it. And I realize there's 500% markup in audio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely insane. We when I look at shop stuff, I don't want to get into pricing, but I would say that I'm charging a fair amount for my labor for 2 days and stuff like that. I know my quality. I know where it is.
Yeah.
And God help me, the kids that I see that are still paying for that, and I'm fine with taking people's money. I'm 100%.
No remorse.
Yeah, no remorse. If you want to pay me to do something, I'll do it. $20 is $20.
But it's also an art form. It's so that's what people are paying for your art.
Yes.
That's so the reason that they're paying you to, and the reason that you shouldn't feel guilty of that is because if it was easy,
everyone would do it.
Everybody would do it.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
No.
It's like us with granite. I see shit and I'm like, what the fuck you pay so much for that shit?
Yep.
I fucking hate granite because we've been doing it our whole life.
Yeah.
But when people get it, they're just fucking stoked. I'm like, well, I guess they're like, oh my God, so incredible how you do this. I'm like, to me, it's fucking it's like brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
It's like jerking off.
Easy.
When I brought Tyler here, was it last week?
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that I could see in your head and your mind, or just on your face, on just talking about what you did, you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things for the fact that to say, hey, he knows exactly what he's doing. If Tyler has a question, he can Goose or Holden or any of these guys can answer this about what the plan is and hey, how would you tackle this? And you'd sit there and you go, you know what, here, let me think about it. And then you'd get an answer right away.
And the biggest thing to our art is when it comes to cars, so the biggest thing to our art is the fact that we can look at a car and I could tell you what it can be.
Yes.
I don't look at a car as a car.
Yes.
I look at it as a car with like an open mind and I envision it. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be sick. Like, dude, how much money you got? Because this is going to be fucking dope if you got like 10 grand.
See, it's actually really funny that you mentioned that because my buddy's Alfa Romeo Giulia.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy BJ, I don't know if you guys saw my story where I essentially built his 3-piece wheels. So I rebuilt his wheels. And then my buddy Kyle and I, we actually, we bagged it. We bagged his car.
Okay.
He is the second bag Giulia in the States.
Oh, shit.
He is one of 10 in the world to have a bag Giulia, and he's the first in the world to have fender to lip fitment.
Can you prove that?
That's a slight
just
flex.
kidding.
That's
At
a
least,
slight
no,
flex.
but like at least publicly, he is.
I'm
That's
like,
a slight flex.
can't prove that.
It's a huge flex. I'm gonna be real. I could say that like forever.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's a cool flex, Chris. I'm sorry.
I actually,
It's an asshole.
I
What if
actually,
there's like
measured-
5 guys that have it, they just don't post about it?
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's
I'm just fucking with you.
publicly at least, but it's cool because I actually measured his wheels and like did all this and I told him like what like lips and like barrels to get and stuff like that so I could rebuild it. And so like this car is incredible and it's so funny because I did like one of the sketchiest things and it almost becomes an art form of how sketchy you can get without destroying a car.
Yeah.
Where I shaved the brake calipers down, like I removed metal.
This fucking guy.
When I say that I was terrified because I thought I was rounding off the edge of the
How much do
caliper.
those calipers cost?
I have no idea. They're Brembos.
Yeah, I'd say what, probably a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Traditional mechanics right now are like, fuck this podcast.
Yep. When I say that, like, I took my angle grinder and I started removing material. I did a few
Jesus.
passes, and
Were you scared?
oh yeah, I was
Like
I was,
sweating?
I was absolutely terrified.
Because
I-
if something happened, this would have came out of your pocket, right?
yeah, well,
No.
probably not. BJ probably would have paid for it because he
Okay.
knew the risk. But I would take off the wheel, and I'd put it back on after I did like a pass, and then I'd be like, fuck, I still have to shave off some material. So I like by the 10th time I took this wheel off, my arms are like shaking and I'm looking at him, I'm like shaking my head like, don't let me, like, please don't make me cut this, please.
So what are you
And
gonna
the
do?
whole time
Like,
he's just like, do it.
do you ever like? I would lose sleep over that because like, was that like one good fucking hard break away from possibly going through?
Goose, we only want positive vibes in this on this podcast.
Is he still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw him yesterday.
Okay.
Guy slams on his brakes one day and just keeps going.
I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting
Pops.
for brake fluid to start squirting out the caliper. I was so
Jesus
terrified.
fuck, man.
And
Not yet, right?
no, not yet. It was funny because I posted it on my story. The amount of people that clowned me, it was all
oh my
friends,
god.
but the amount of people that clowned me for this were like, why don't you just put a spacer on? Motherfuckers, do you want to know what the like the lug pattern of a Alfa Romeo is? 5x110.
5x110.
Not 5x114.
5x110.
Yeah,
The fuck? What are those made?
Italy.
The fuck?
Like-
Italians?
Like there's like 5x100. There's like, and then like all the other shit.
They just
but-
made it and they were like, fuck the Americans.
Yes. So 5x110. So his old wheels, he had wheel inserts put in,
Mhm.
which essentially you drill out like where the lug where like the lug nuts, or not lug nuts. Well, the lug nuts go. The wheel studs go.
Oh, the studs. Okay.
Yeah, and so where like the wheel is like on the wheel, and you drill that out, and then you put a wheel insert, and it actually changes the lug pattern for that wheel.
What's the retail on one of those?
I have no idea.
More
More
than
than
you
you
can
can afford,
afford.
pal.
Alfa Romero.
But we got his wheels to fit and everything. Like after I did a nice nice kiss with my my
Nice.
angle grinder.
Nice Italian kiss.
Is he satisfied?
Oh, he's so happy.
Yeah.
He until everything starts
Until the
going wrong
brakes
with
go
the
out.
car.
Yeah.
Well, no, the
He's
brakes
gonna ride that fucker till the brakes go out.
pretty
Right
much.
that fucker till
I'm
the
gonna-
brakes fall through.
I'm gonna be very honest. So he was telling me that like this car has, I don't know what's going on with it.
Is it
but
brand new?
It's 2018.
So he's still making payments. And
No,
you're over here
actually-
Or did he
grinding his
buy it
wheels down.
used?
He bought it used.
Really?
So he bought it used, but so BJ is a very talented tattoo artist.
Okay.
And so he actually like I'm gonna be very real. He is booked out essentially 2 months ahead all year round.
Okay.
And so this dude, he has made enough money to pay off that car and more.
Okay.
He just chooses not to right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he really wanted to, he could pay off that car and it would not be bank owned. He would be pretty solid on it. This man told me though that he we tuned it and then we did like the Euro Compulsions tune. Everything's properly done. I even installed the tune. That car I would say is my build because he paid for it, but like I did the build myself.
Okay.
I get to be proud of that. Well, he says that something happens and it goes into limp mode, and he says it's something stupid, but he doesn't know the procedure that it happens, that it like sends the car into limp mode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the brakes.
Holden, we want positive vibes here. We don't need this negative bullshit.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
But
Yeah, give me one.
So here, go ahead. Advertisement time.
Oh, hey guys, we're gonna pop into an ad real quick. CBDMD gummies. Go ahead and go on over to cbdmd.com.
Actually, just go to our YouTube and hit the link in the description.
There you go. Hey,
good, buddy.
Corona Extra. Oh, we're not sponsored by those guys.
I'm good for now.
I'm okay now.
I love when Holden eats the CBDs because you can hear him chewing into the microphone every time. Chris, I like when you're on the show, man, because you really make yourself at home when you get here.
Thanks.
You just go over to the fridge. Usually, like we have to keep constantly offering our guests. Here you go, man. I know you want some too. It
Thanks,
tastes
buddy.
delicious, right?
Well,
They're
I think
awesome.
it also has to do with the fact we've kind of known Chris for a while.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can go back a ways.
I was gonna say, how long has it been?
Like Chris could probably come in and just open our fridge and we wouldn't bat an eye.
No, you know.
I think
Chris is
I
one of those
have.
guys we
I think
hang out
you
with,
probably have. I'm sure you have.
Chris isn't. He doesn't just come on the show, people, as you can tell. We talk too much shit when we're on here. All right.
Dude, this has been great, but we're gonna wrap things. I'm just kidding.
It's like 10 minutes in.
I was gonna say, how far are we into this actually? I
A little over 40 minutes already.
was gonna say, how long do you guys want to go?
I don't know.
It's up to you.
I wasn't gonna make it awkward
Are
until
you
you
busy?
just did.
But
Dude, do you have a gaming system yet?
I have a PS4.
You do?
I do.
Do you have Call of Duty Cold War?
I do.
Where the fuck have you been?
I've been playing. Well, I haven't played in a minute, but like I've been playing.
Dude, we got a fucking game, dude.
Yeah,
I just got back into this PlayStation thing, people. I haven't gamed for a long time. And these guys are playing Cold War, and our band all has it, and the new one's like cross compatible, right? You can
Yeah,
play
with Xbox, PlayStation 5.
You can play with computers.
Modern Warfare was like that as well.
Was it? I haven't
Which
played
one?
since fucking.
the last one.
Yeah, the last
Okay, I
one.
didn't see.
I
think I
haven't
like the
played
last one.
since Black Ops 3.
I haven't played since like Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So fun fact, I actually used to be because I started out Modern Warfare 2,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we started on.
Yeah, that's true.
and I actually used to be one of the, like I used to be in like those trick shotter clans.
No
Made
shit.
those- made
like
those
like no
videos.
scoping
Yeah,
or quick scoping.
like I would do like the tactical knife flip with like the pistol and shit,
Really?
and like do all these crazy
So you were like
maneuvers.
big time gaming nerd.
You were the real deal.
The reason why I ended up quitting is because my my PlayStation 3 took a shit on me.
Did you like go to competitions and stuff then?
No,
Okay.
I wasn't fuck, what are they called? Battle
Me and my wife.
game battles.
Me and my wife went to the Level Up Expo last year, like when we were allowed to do stuff in Vegas.
Yeah,
When
God
everybody,
No, it was
when
like last-
America
it was like
was
rest her
America,
soul.
it was like last week.
when America was America,
No, it was right. It was right before it was actually like right when the COVID stuff happened. I think
was it?
it was like right because that was when they were contemplating shutting it down, and they let it slide.
Mhm.
And went to that, and dude, that shit is fucking bonkers, bro.
People get insane with it.
Just
Oh, yeah.
nuts.
Especially like the Fortnite guys.
There's, like-
Holy shit,
Dude, they have like these huge screens, and there's like guys, and there's crowds
Mhm.
watching these guys like fight each other, and I'm like, what
like the world
fuck?
championship for Fortnite. Like, dude, there's like
that
thousands of
because
dollars.
no, it's not. There's thousands. It's like almost $1 million.
Are you
It was
serious?
$1 million some like kid won it, right?
Yeah,
Holy
like it wasn't
fuck.
last year. It was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. It was 2019. One of, like it was like the youngest millionaire, some shit from gaming.
So fucking stupid.
Dude, that's nuts.
I don't get it.
That is
dude.
fucking nuts.
And you know what it is? It's because these content creators, because essentially these kids that get into like game battles and just like like competitive play,
Yeah.
they end up being like content creators almost. And so like you start feeding it to where these people are paying attention to these kids that are paying competitively and amazingly, and they're like, oh, I want to play now.
Mm-hmm.
And now the game developers are making money off of these people that I want to play.
Jesus.
And like all power to that. I'll
Yeah,
say this.
yeah.
I'll say
Yeah,
this, all
no.
power to it. Because like these kids are grinding as well.
Mhm.
Like they are playing games and stuff like that. But God,
Yeah, they literally have like schedules on when they have to play, right? To,
and
like,
even
keep
like
up their...
and it's even crazier now because I remember back when I was doing it, like these guys that were competitive, it is crazier now. Like you have like full Twitch streams,
Jesus.
like Twitch
Streams.
streaming
Yeah.
schedules, and then like YouTube live and stuff like that.
So it's
And
literally their job.
it
What
is
do these
their-
guys get paid on Twitch? Do you guys know?
I have no idea.
I have
gotta be,
no
like,
idea.
Pretty good, because some of these guys are fucking loaded
And actually,
from it.
hold on, it's not
Like
even
Mr.
limiting,
Beast?
not even limiting like video, like video game artists and like just creators.
Yeah.
TikTok creators. You guys know like the TikTok Creators Fund?
Mm-mm.
So TikTok, they pay you per views.
Oh, yeah. I heard
Okay.
about that. Yeah.
So that's the Creators Fund. Essentially, so one of my buddies, he's
Because these people are making like shitloads of money off TikToks, right?
Yep. And so
Jesus
he was actually
Christ,
telling me, he was telling me, and I don't even, he has like a few thousand like followers or something on TikTok, and he
Uh-huh.
posts like a video every once in a while. I think he said he gets like $30 a month from views.
You serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why don't
But-
we have one?
But dude, make
Wow.
one. He so he gets maybe like a few thousand views a video.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's like $30 a month for like everything like that.
TikTok's
But-
like really easy to break through in too, isn't it? They
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Everybody's on fucking TikTok. Do you use TikTok?
I do use
I
TikTok.
hate TikTok.
I don't.
I actually
don't
really
have it.
love TikTok.
I've never
Okay.
downloaded it.
I thought I
Download-
couldn't show boobs, so I didn't get it.
You just have to you just have to get into like you find like you're like what you like in TikTok, and then you get it really addicted.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
imagine
my
like
wife
the,
uses it.
imagine the people like Charlie D'Amelio, and I know you guys don't know any of these people, but like imagine
No.
the people like these verified people that get like millions of views per video, and they can post like once or twice a day.
I feel like a lot of these people are switching from like platforms like YouTube and shit to things
Because
like
YouTube's
TikTok.
hard to make money on.
Yeah.
It's so YouTube is incredibly hard. I actually try to be on YouTube, and it's incredibly hard to. And we've actually talked about this. It's incredibly hard to make money.
Oh, yeah.
You make your money off of merch,
Yeah.
but TikTok, dude, the amount of people, like the amount of money, I've seen people, I guess, make six figures.
Easily, right?
Yeah, easily. But they've got like millions of followers, and they're getting maybe like hundreds of thousands of views.
Well, we have friends that are big on YouTube, and they have, like, you know, they're famous, and they're like, they say like they bring in a couple $1,000s like a week or something like
Uh-huh.
that. But these guys are millions of views per.
Yeah.
They literally need so many
Yeah.
fucking views. In
And
order
And
to
they
pull
say
that.
they still like they said the only way they make money is through like usually like they said like they kill it in the donation
Yeah.
Yeah.
realm.
Yeah. Donations.
'Cause
Like
a lot of people,
Patreon and stuff
yeah,
like
a lot
that.
of people
Mhm.
just go and throw a couple of bucks. You know, they
Yeah.
don't got $20 for a T-shirt, but
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So 12th Parsec is going to be exclusive to TikTok.
just got to watch like 100,000 reels to get through the hour.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
you can only do-
honestly,
can
no,
you do like
guys,
long,
you guys should do a TikTok, because say take some clips that you guys have of
Just do
discussing-
clips of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do on like our
60
Instagram.
second. It's 60-second clips.
So is
and then
Holden.
Just
That's all it takes.
just do 60-second clips or something interesting, and dude, people will just spark it up in
Yeah.
the comments.
Actually, not a bad idea.
You guys actually don't have to do like any work besides like just cutting it and getting it
Posting
ready
it.
for, yeah.
Well, because I
posting it.
make that's what Instagram is. So all the clips we make from the show are all under 60 seconds.
Do you
as
make
is.
any videos on it, or do you
I
just?
don't.
Do you
I'm
just,
not. In my opinion, I'm
watch
not
it?
very like entertaining in that way.
Mhm.
I can talk your ear off.
Yeah, but that's okay. So your podcast entertaining then.
Yes,
I
but
was like, your last episode has like one of the highest downloads.
really,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Even
it
out of
does,
all
actually.
the people we've had people on here with over like 30,000, 40,000.
People really like
followers.
you.
thank you.
I mean,
Thanks,
like,
guys.
Thank them,
I-
not me.
Me looking at the camera now. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
Like we had Brett Ernst on here, dude. This guy's
Follow,
got millions.
follow me
and
on
millions.
Instagram, Chris LCAS.
Brett's got like millions of fucking followers, dude, and like Chris still downloaded him.
Yeah.
But no, on it, like
Chris is like, I think I'm gonna start a podcast.
I might. No, honestly though, you guys are incredible with being able to keep up with the schedule, because I tried doing YouTube, and for me right now,
It's hard, man.
it's incredibly hard. My
you hearing a weird beep?
Yeah, you hear that? Hold on a minute,
Oh,
ladies
we're
and
good.
gentlemen.
We're good.
Is it that
Make
one
sure it's
back
not
there?
like no, we're good.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not like the fucking fire alarm house and catching fire. We're good.
I hope so. I'm just kidding. Dude, like I tried YouTube, like, and when I'm working on my new car, my 240, like I would start pulling like the motor apart, and then I was like, fuck, like I'm not even recording this. Like,
Yeah.
I should be recording it, and then I'm thinking, where the fuck am I gonna mount a camera to where it can record me right here? And I don't have like my friends with me when I'm doing this. Like I'll get home from like work and just sit there and like, you know, like, hey, I'll have like a good like hour or two that I could fuck around and
Yeah. I feel like for you, that would probably having to like keep up on that, making sure everything's recording, that would probably take the fun out of it for you.
Oh, it absolutely
like working
did.
on your car.
I'm gonna be very honest. It absolutely did. It
Yeah.
did for that, and then, but it was also really. I'm gonna be very honest. It was incredibly cool, and it was incredible to see how, like, what went into making these YouTube videos, and it's very knowledgeable to learn this.
Just not your thing.
Yes, it's not my
It's
thing.
a lot of work.
It is.
Because I'm a one-man band on this situation.
Yeah.
And, like I'm doing the work on the car, and then I would have to go and edit the video.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like for like obviously the podcast, like he does a lot of the, like all the audio, and he does like we split editing
Yeah.
video.
Holden does a majority of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
Usually I do audio. And I
He
keep
does
the
the
website
audio
shit
and
up and going.
Depending on how long the podcast, I'll just crank the whole fucking editing portion out on the
About-
video.
Yeah.
portion.
90% of our free time goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also have our band on top of that, so
Yeah.
it's
It's
hectic.
incredibly time like demanding.
yeah.
And unless you're trying to have like a 4-hour sleep schedule, which
Yeah.
is to do it for just to have fun with this, like, dude,
Yeah.
it's incredibly difficult.
That's why we try to make like to not burn ourselves out on it. We try to make sure we give it like at least 2 full days
because I remember Goose was
to
telling
edit
me,
and stuff.
Yeah.
Goose was telling me, he's like, you guys had to stop doing the 2 days a week kind of
Yeah,
upload.
Yeah.
when we initially came into this, it was going to be 2 days a week, and it was just fucking way too much.
Yeah.
We did about 2 months of that, and we were like, this is no way we
That's
can
insane,
keep up with this, man.
It's
Like life just fucking went away. I would love to do that. I think that's something that we can do. It's in the works, like down the road,
Yeah.
once we get a bigger following and stuff. But I think at that point in time, to keep the YouTube, we'll go to like an actual camera system.
Yeah.
And then there's no more, there's still editing, but it's already done. You just throw it on, you line
Yeah.
up all your shit, and then you can upload the video. Or
And-
you find somebody
like a
third person.
third party
just-
to edit.
that runs everything and
But then-
engineers and has the cameras going for you. And
That would make it really easy.
So
that would
like
make it
because
really easy.
that would make life on like a way easier for you guys, because then
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be your producer and editor
Yeah.
Mhm.
all together in one, just to say, hey, like you guys say he's not even here. He's just like, hey, send me the clips.
Yeah.
And that would make your guys' life way easier.
Yeah, it's like Joe Rogan. He has, young Jamie, the dude that sits in the room, and all he does is audio, switches the cameras. Like Joe
Yeah.
Rogan doesn't have to do shit.
That is like
Yeah.
the goal. We've talked to like some people about maybe possibly putting that together. And people are interested in it, man. They're like, oh, you guys need an engine? Like, fuck yeah, dude. I'll sit in the corner. Like, a
Literally,
lot of-
just like chill back there somewhere.
A lot of
Just
people
fucking-
like actually. We're getting people that are like, hey man, like, could I come in and just like listen, sit in on the show and listen? And I'm like, fuck, no, it's weird. But like I don't know, like people just get like really like intrigued by it. But especially the engineers and stuff like that, they really like working the cameras and they like the editing. So a lot of people like just get
That's
off
shit
on
they
that
like. I mean,
guess.
yeah.
You guys should find someone then. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, like, obviously it's not, I don't know if it's paying a lot right now for you guys to do this, but I
God,
mean,
no.
like, but if you guys have someone that's like, hey, like, I'm willing to do this for free just to get the experience of it.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I would say totally jump on that, because
Yeah.
that's less work for you guys, and shit, you guys can get back into doing it maybe twice a week. And
Because
Yeah.
you guys, you know what it's like though. In order to get anywhere, it's all about consistency and content.
Mhm.
So if you're not putting in the time and you're not keeping up, you're not consistent. Like, dude, if we're like one day off on an episode, like something happens, it's like, God forbid, one of us gets sick or something like that.
Yep.
If we upload on like a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, we get like half as many downloads.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's and props to you guys for staying so consistent with this.
Yeah.
You guys know when the upload happens and what day, and you guys are looking for that.
Yeah.
And so
We try.
Yeah.
it's one of those things that, like, hey, you can't just have random like the YouTubers I watch.
Mhm.
I know when they're gonna post.
Exactly.
And
So
I
you're
go
waiting for that.
exactly. The anime I watch, I sit there and I go, okay, I know it's gonna be up this day, so I
Porn.
go.
This falls back on that. Something we talked about last week was like that's something that stems that's still within us that a lot of people like. So like I said, we were bitching about Netflix kind of doing the thing where they release full seasons at one
Where
time.
people just binge watch.
But like a lot of people like the excitement of waiting for the next episode. A lot of people like that excitement of once a week I know I get something new.
Yeah.
And you're waiting
Because
for that.
it-
It gives you
because
something to
it-
look forward to.
It gives you something to look forward to. It's the excitement that you build up over the next
Mhm.
week of doing
That shit
it.
that like gets you through your week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck yeah, Friday night I have this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And it's honestly, I would definitely recommend if any viewers out there or anyone that is close to Goose and Holden, reach out to them. Say, hey, like I'm interested in doing this. This is like send them a resume, send them like stuff that you've worked on in the past or anything.
you won't be getting paid.
But no, honestly,
No, thanks, Chris.
a lot of this is in the experience. Like
Yeah.
a lot of it, like I've even like projects at the shop like that. I'm not a full certified rapper. Like I'm not so full certified vinyl rapper.
Yeah, but he could spit some rhymes.
The boys got bars.
Mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti. But no, like I've even helped with like projects that like that my coworkers are working on that just to fucking sit there and help
Yeah.
and just to see like how they're approaching stuff.
Yeah.
And shit, oh my God, the amount of experience that I've gained through the years of just working on my car or working on people's cars or watching them work on cars,
Mhm.
and I get the idea. Dude, like
I agree.
the experience. And what sucks now is that like the whole like unpaid internships and bullshit crap like that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think demotivates people. But for people to be like, hey, like this is like a hobby,
Yeah.
but it's something I want to turn into something. That is where I
Yeah,
see
you'd
the
have
value.
you'd have to find somebody that's willing to build with you.
Yes.
That's willing to, because another big problem that people have and they bail out of YouTubing or what do they call that? YouTubers.
YouTubers.
Shit, reason like a lot of people get discouraged is because like, dude, there'll be one episode we'll drop and we'll get, fucking 250 like downloads.
Yeah.
And then we'll drop one and we get 9.
Yeah.
And people will be like, I only got 9 downloads.
Yeah.
This isn't working.
It's-
This isn't what I thought it was going to be. And it's like,
it's consistency and hard work.
you have to fight through that.
There's episodes we release that don't have fucking shit, but we keep going. We don't let it fucking
There's episodes
crush us.
100%.
released on YouTube that have like 15 views. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did that, like, at first you're like, dude, how did that happen?
Yeah, at first it's upsetting, and then you're like, you know what?
Like the first couple of
You get
times,
past it.
the
Yeah.
first couple of times it happened, I was like, you know what? Let's just stay focused. Let's keep pushing, and like even still, like there'll be like sometimes I think like around Christmas time, especially holidays, we drop one.
Oh yeah.
We got like, like 10 downloads.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, everybody was obviously busy,
Yeah.
maybe. And then, but you'll see over time, people will be like, oh, fuck, I missed an episode. So
Yeah.
they'll start downloading it down
And then,
the road.
or you'll find the people that like just find you on like what random episode and go, I want to binge everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I'm
like
on-
it's like our guitar player. He's like, hey, I'm finally, because he's a police officer. And he always had trainees with him. And he's like, hey, I finally don't have trainees, so I can catch up on all
He's
your
like-
guys'
he's like,
podcasts.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to listen to like 2 or 3 episodes a day right
Yeah.
now to catch up. I'm like, oh shit, thanks, man.
And like the people that like go out of state and
Mhm.
just drive. Like, dude, I've listened to you guys' podcasts. Like there's times where I'm obviously busy and I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
like watch your guys' podcast. But like if I'm like on a drive out of state, I'll throw it on and just drive with it.
I'm one of those guys that podcasts are great for me because I'm a background noise person.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
And
just toss one on.
So like
and-
if I'm working in the garage, like I'll throw on if it's not music, I prefer to listen to podcasts.
yeah.
Yep.
Or I'll listen to like some 40s jazz or something like that when I'm working on stuff because I just like background noise.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in there like jamming out and fucking getting sucked into the song.
Buddy of ours watches porn when he works on cars.
He really does.
Said it keeps him calm. Like no bullshit.
No
It's
bullshit.
like
No
the weirdest,
bullshit.
it's the
That's-
weirdest thing.
Like everyone has their niche.
He builds motor. He said it keeps his mind off of the like building like
Wrenching
on
intricate
motor
shit in the
stuff.
motors. So he said if he like thinks about it too much, he starts getting stressed out.
He said he just props up his phone and tosses on a porno and he's good to go.
And you know what? You know what my niche is?
Huh.
Having to pee having to go to the restroom when I have to pee.
And breaking bottles.
Wait, you have to go pee?
I need positive vibes on this podcast.
Do you have to pee right now?
I do have to pee.
Okay.
Oh, go pee, dude.
You're good. We'll
Get
just
outta
unplug.
here.
And we are back. Chris had a pee break.
I really needed to pee, guys. You don't
good?
even understand.
Yeah,
You
dude,
good?
you must have. And you hit the bidet?
I hit the bidet. I love that bidet.
Hey, fuck. I said, did you order one? And then he
I told him how poor I was.
said he doesn't. I don't
Oh, at the
realize.
time, remember? Yeah, this is when he was.
No, I told him now. He
No,
said he's
I'm
still
still
poor.
poor.
Oh, you're still poor.
My man, I have to pretty much spend $1,500 for a tube front end.
You have to or you want to?
That seems like a want, not a have.
No, I already drilled out the core support. Like
So now you have to. So you mean to tell me? Wait.
Okay,
before you
hold
get
on.
going.
It's like that's like different between like, oh, I want to pay rent and I have to pay rent.
So let me explain.
No, that's like saying.
So
That's like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to have sex, but I already put the condom on."
So let me explain. That's very true. But the my core support was already trash on the
Okay.
240. Everything's bent, but like the frame is straight. It's
Okay.
just that everything, like all the mounting points and all that stuff's gone. Like bolts have snapped into where like the OEM bolt holes
When you
were.
bought it, it was like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Like everything was just.
Was it running?
Yeah, everything runs. Everything runs perfectly.
Okay.
It's just that like all the mounting surfaces are just crap. Bolts were rusted, snapped on me when I started tightening them, and just the core support was trash. So I was like, I'm just gonna take it out. And I thought my like plug for 240 stuff out in Long Beach would find one by now, but he's been doing a lot of S14s and not S13s. So like chassis are different, and so I can't just take parts from that to put onto my car. So unless someone sells me a OEM core support for like a reasonable price, like $300 versus $550 on eBay, I'm going to spend $1,500 on doing a aftermarket support kind of thing that is going to benefit me in the future, where I'm going to future-proof it.
How far out is your build right now?
Quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Do you have an estimate? Rough estimate?
Depends on how many projects people have me do.
Depends on how
Life,
his-
like you said, life gets in the way.
Depends on his new career.
Yeah, it depends on how much people want to pay me to do shit.
Depends on if Uncle Biden gives him this fucking bigger
Uncle Joe.
stimulus check.
Uncle Joe.
Honestly, if he gives me that check, God help me. That is going straight to the fucking tube front end.
Chris is like, I did my 2020, bro. I'm on a new fucking endeavors. Like, this is it, dude. I'm
Fuck it,
blowing this
dude.
check again.
I am going to blow it straight away.
I think everybody's gonna blow this check if we get that.
So
It's gonna be worse than the first time.
So
See,
no. This
Americans
is technically
don't learn the
this,
lesson.
this is the third time technically, but it
Yeah, it
does.
is.
But it does stimulate a business because I'm gonna be very
Did you
honest.
get that 6 Hondo?
I did, and then
Yeah.
that went to straight to bills.
Yeah.
See,
Like I sat
Hey,
there.
that's good to hear, man.
Thank you.
You paid your bills
Yeah.
and you didn't get anything
Well,
for your car.
Well, I looked at my.
he's like, I got valve stims. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I remember looking to see if it had been taken out, and I saw like my like total had changed on my bank account, and I was like, huh, it's only changed by like $20-$30. And then I looked, and all like the payments that I had just made towards like credit cards, like bills, all the other shit, essentially equaled like $600. And I looked at it, and I was so sad. I was like, man, none of that went to anything fun. I was like, fuck.
It was gone.
That's
I was
adult. That's called being an adult.
Yeah,
It sucks.
it does suck.
Yeah.
But I sat there and I was like, all right, whatever. It is what it is.
That's
The-
actually what's really surprising is when we built this studio, we built it before we even knew of the stimulus check. So like
Yeah.
we dumped like all of our savings into building this, and then we got money, and we're like, fuck, dude, we could have built the studio with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you technically did.
But
if
it's
you
a
think
nice
about
little
it.
yes, yeah.
replenish.
It replenished. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm gonna be very honest. Biden, if you're listening to this, please pay us.
Hey, Bitey Whitey. Bitey Whitey.
I don't know, dude. I don't.
McConnell, if you're listening to this for some whatever reason, I want to hit you with the twisted T.
Who?
Mitch McConnell,
Mitch McConnell. Who's that?
the one that stopped us from getting the 14.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Or the
Yeah.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So since we already got 600, we're essentially going to go. It's not going to be another 2,000. It's going to be 1,400 more because
I think that he's gonna. My fucking god, dude! I hate getting onto this.
No, I'm gonna be very honest. I hate politics.
Yeah, me too. Well, okay, so because I mean, we're fucking America all the way through, so of course we're fucking, we're.
I'm gonna be very honest. I'm actually my views are like both,
Mhm.
but I'm very democratic.
Yeah.
So
Well, obviously, Chris, look at you.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
but no, like But like, I don't care. Like, I'll listen to anyone's opinion.
That's the thing is like I think that we're definitely conservatives, but like I mean it's.
Did you vote?
I actually didn't make it in time because my cars were down.
You were trying to?
I actually was because my girlfriend said that if I didn't, then she'd murder me.
Yeah.
I think that the
Blink
only
twice if you're in danger.
I think that the only thing that I'm actually really excited for is this election has proved a lot of shit that everybody already knew of the corruption.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And
Yeah.
from everything, the control that they have over it, and
Are you guys okay with speaking about like, because I'm not going to call people like, I'm not.
no,
I
go
want
for
to.
it, dude. You're not gonna offend us.
I want to call those people terrorists, but I also don't because it is
Who?
the people that just like ran into the fucking White House.
Are the not the White House, the
Capitol.
What, the Capitol.
Yeah, the
sorry,
Capitol.
sorry. Was it the Capitol?
Yeah,
Okay.
Capitol,
okay.
yeah.
I'm honestly very bad, so don't fact check me and all that crap. Because I did not know until I got home and I went on TikTok and I saw so many TikToks about it.
There's a lot of weird shit with that though, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird things behind
Because-
it. Like they just open the doors.
And that's what threw me off because like I get it, the whole BLM protests and stuff like that, like
Mhm.
everyone getting attacked, but then like there's both sides. There's things to both sides,
Mhm.
but this seemed very one-sided. Of like everyone can see they were just let in,
Yeah.
and no one got attacked.
Like even like the police officers and stuff like that, like they're just walking out of the way. Like the guy like runs up to the cop and he's just like stops and like backs up, and the
Yeah.
cops are like, this doesn't make any sense.
That
What
was an
I-
inside deal.
What I'm very confused about, and like we're not confused. What I almost want to not justify, but a reason that I have in my head is that we literally just got out of protests.
Yeah.
And people like shooting cops.
The biggest thing, like, so I thought this was really weird because
I feel like it was an inside deal.
oh, I think so too. But like, so this is like the funniest thing that happened. So COVID happens, right? Everybody loves cops. Thank you for doing your thing.
Yep.
The whole BLM movement happens. Everybody hates cops.
Yep.
You know, and then I hate to say it, but the Democrats, they use that. And like now, they don't fucking say shit about BLM.
Yeah.
The Black Lives Movement is gone. Like they don't even mention that shit anymore. Like
Yeah.
there was commercials on TV,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and now it's just like,
Yeah.
"Yep, we won, we're good.
The most I see of it is either Instagram bios or TikTok bios.
And it's just the people that are still on. That's the stragglers on the train that haven't got off yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that happens, and they're like, okay, well, we need some more controversy. So all of a sudden, this Capitol thing happens, which
Okay.
is funny because like it happens, and everybody's like, it doesn't matter. Like I don't give a fuck who did it. Like people are like, well, this guy was at the dude with the horns or whatever.
Yeah.
He was at the Black Lives Matter protest, for the Black Lives Matter, and I'm like, maybe this guy just likes to fuck shit up. Maybe he is a hired guy. Maybe he just likes to fucking go down and protest. Who knows?
I feel like inside jobs are hard now because of
Yeah,
these.
exactly.
Of like phones and everything.
yes,
It happens quick.
videotaping,
Social
everything.
media and crap like that.
The
Yes.
thing that got me out of all this, though, is the fact of that these big tech companies are fucking silencing all the people
They're
now.
banning. They
People
suspended
like
yeah.
just
Trump's
normal
account.
people
Yep.
that are Trump supporters and stuff.
That's trippy, man, for big tech to do that.
So
That just
they're-
shows you.
like that's one of our amendments is free speech.
Yeah.
And they're not allowing it to happen. And that's
So,
what's scary.
I'm very like both sides because when Trump was our president, I don't want to say like, oh, was blah 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 because election numbers yada yada yada. Anyways, to be honest, he almost like I guess it was almost a minute where he almost started saying like our secrets and shit. Like he almost like
He's
said-
going to.
He's going to. That's why he's being silenced.
He's fucking going to.
and so I think it's smart to do it
Mhm.
because
I
of-
don't think the
because-
population can handle it.
that
I've been saying that
I
for
seen
the
a
longest
quote
time.
the other day. It says you can rip out a man's tongue not because you're afraid of him to speak, but you're afraid of what he might say. And
What-
that's exactly what they're doing.
See, I think I'm gonna be very honest, and I hate politics. I hate talking about anything like this, but I do believe we are on the brink of civil war.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm gonna be
Abso-fucking-lutely.
very honest. We are, and
Things are getting really fucking
Well,
weird.
what's really crazy about it though is this is getting pushed for a reason, and we're
Mhm.
getting pushed the divide and everything has happened. It's not just one side. Everybody can say, "Oh, Trump divided the country." Oh, Biden divided. It happened on both parts.
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And the people in the middle are like, "You guys are fucking stupid.
Mhm.
Yes.
This is happening." I'm like, this guy gets pissed off.
It's
This
like,
guy, yeah.
It's like a 3-way split. It's
Mhm.
people
Yes.
that see both sides, and then there's extremists on both ends.
Yes.
And the people that see both sides are like, "You guys are fucking nuts."
Yeah.
You know?
That's me. That's genuinely
Yeah.
me. I literally, I'm over here like, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like that? And then I'm over here like, I'm just trying to build my fucking cars.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to live.
I'm a huge, we're huge conspiracy guys.
Oh yeah.
So I am all for fucking flooding all the secrets that have been going on.
Oh yeah.
Get that shit out, dude, because there should be no reason. Like, dude, but like it's like I've said a couple of times, like if it were to come out, I don't think the population can even handle COVID. You know, the population can't handle the Black Lives Matter movement.
Say it comes out. Say something controversial comes out of this for both COVID and BLM.
Yeah.
God help me. I say it lasts a month. It lasts a month, and then people are like, whatever. Because I'm going to be very honest, especially with Gen Z coming up lately. The idea that everyone is so numb to everything due to social media.
Mhm.
We literally have I remember when I was 16, I was ready to say like, oh yeah, like I'm ready to die. Like, dude, we have like 10-year-olds saying that shit.
Yeah.
We have 10-year-olds saying stupid shit like
Yeah.
that.
Dude, you got 10-year-olds like, I mean, I'm not, I mean, I think that I wasn't like the whole Me Too thing, but like now it's like these kids, dude, they act like they're fucking 30, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Like they've seen life and everything.
Yes.
Dude,
There's
I'm-
like 10-year-olds that what, like 10-year-olds are fluid in porn now.
yeah.
You know, like they know more shit than I know.
Like
And
the
I'm
other
a
day,
fucking,
I was on.
They're like, oh
jackass.
yeah, did your wife like stick her finger up your butt and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like lick your ball socket?
dude,
You're like,
you're 11.
Like the other
Yeah.
day, I was playing Call of Duty online, and this kid got on, and he's like, "Yeah, man,
That's Call of
fucking
Duty.
blah blah blah." And dude, this kid was like 9, fucking this bitch, this and that. I'm like, dude,
And the other thing that cracks me up is you get these like 10 to 13-year-olds that are doing this shit, but now because of social media, they think that they're into politics.
Yep.
yeah,
And you get these 10-year-olds that are starting this shit and they're fucking these, you know, whatever. You guys, you could be 15. If you're 15 and you're starting fucking shit and talking shit in politics chats, you're a fucking idiot because you don't know nothing yet.
Because hold on. Let's be real here. Most of us don't know anything.
Most of us don't know
No.
anything. Like, you know, I don't know shit. That, you know,
And how
I
old,
sit where
hold
I
on,
sit
how old are
because-
you guys? I actually don't know how old you
I'm
are.
gonna be 30 this year.
Dirty 30. Look at
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna be 30
Uh-oh.
years old,
How old
man.
are you?
oh, I am 23.
Wow. I feel.
How old are you?
I'm 25. Like I'm in
Okay.
between.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
like
dude. I'm
like
gonna be
at
30.
25, I'm just now feeling like an adult.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I have responsibilities and this and that, and like this has been the most stressful year of my life.
Yeah.
But then like you're like,
you really got slammed though because you decided that like you moved out on your own
yeah,
and then
Yeah.
COVID hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like you took that big leap already for like your age.
And then life
And then
fucking
something,
slapped
yeah,
me.
something nobody thought would ever happen, fucking happened.
Like I was so into my career, and I was, but that's besides the point. Like I'm 25,
Yeah.
and like there's kids that are like 12 that are like, oh, I can live on my own.
Yeah.
Bitch, like you don't know the meaning of living on your
Yeah.
own.
These are the same kids that are starting shit. This is what 90% of this is all I blame
America.
social media, dude. It's fucking ruining kids.
Mhm.
But we did have a gal on here that said that she thinks that not that was it the Gen what do you guys call them? Gen Z?
Gen Z.
She says not them, it's gonna be their kids that are gonna be the ones that fix everything.
Oh yeah.
So she says that this next generation is gonna be the generation that we need.
It's because so Gen Z, and I love my buddy Moose. He is he's the youngest guy on our team. He's 21, and which is
Mhm.
crazy to me because I'm like, wow, I theoretically got into cars around 20,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm looking at 21-year-olds as so young, and they're legally drinking and shit like that. And then like, but like they're still Gen Z, like technically holding your Gen Z.
Mhm.
And like the whole like, you know, like the sad boy like ooh woo kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dude, to me, I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, like these like this is the next generation of
Yeah.
like people that are so upset about and like afraid to get
Everything.
hurt. And like I said, I love my buddy Moose. But like sometimes with like the whole ooh woo shit, I'm like, wow, like bro, like relax.
You're really caught up
Yeah.
in it.
And I'm like, wow, like, and I see kids that are like, that are so into that, and I'm like, I'm all for do you, do whatever fuck whatever
Exactly,
makes you
yeah.
happy, but God help me, dude, like, grow a pair, everything's fine, like, don't worry, like, life happens, but don't get upset about like like your mom fucking being all pissed off at you for whatever bullshit.
Yeah.
Or don't get
That's-
mad
I
because
feel like I was raised differently
because
know
you
what I mean?
feel there
So-
should be.
Yeah.
But there are, like you're saying, you know, people in my generation that are like that, and it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Dude, you're literally 2 years younger than me.
yeah,
And it's so crazy to see like there's kids that are like your age essentially that are like, ooh woo, like I like poggers.
yeah,
Oh, I will donate my whole fucking life savings to some Twitch streamer girl
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like I think she's cute.
It's
crazy
man.
shit.
It's crazy.
dude. And it's like those are the first ones to jump on the fucking a man, a woman train too.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is.
The what?
The a
didn't
man, a
hear about
woman
that?
thing.
A man and a woman.
You're not allowed to say just a man anymore because it's sexist.
Dude.
Like amen. It's got to be a man and a woman. It's the Democrats did that at one of their speeches, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's the one thing that really irks me about this whole generation right now is this whole
The gender shit.
fucking hunter gender bullshit. I can't do that, but
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer.
I get it. Like I totally get it. The whole like you identify whatever.
Hey guys, this is great because we don't get a lot of Democrats on here. No, I'm just kidding. Chris.
I'm very open-minded. I'm very like cool with listening to like everyone's opinions. My sister came out as pansexual this year.
Okay.
And
What
like,
does that mean?
She likes whoever she wants. It's
Okay.
it's essentially bisexual, but it's
Is that one of the ones where, like they
whatever.
don't identify as anything?
no. She identifies as a girl. And stuff
Okay.
like that. But she like her sexuality, like who she's attracted to, is like whoever she like.
So like,
It's essentially bi, but you know what I mean. Like you
So,
say
like, is
you say pan to cover the whole
This
spectrum.
this pansexual thing is just like a chick that hooks up with another chick that had a sex change.
It could go under
Okay,
that.
okay.
I would say that would classify as that.
So,
So
like it's like
did-
that means there's zero judgment at that point. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
This is literally something you come out and say, or
She came out. I mean, she figured that she was like into women, and then like all the like whatever she's
so
into.
is lesbian just not good enough anymore?
Well,
or bi?
Well, I guess so, but like I don't want to say that because it's like I want to be open to how people feel,
Yeah.
but at the same time I'm also like you're bi.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like, but also at the same time, like again, this whole fucking gender shit, like it is
It's too
what
much.
it is.
No, so I'm a believer in do whatever the fuck you want. So this is where I think a lot of people probably get me completely wrong on this because a lot of people judge by the way that I say fuck America a lot.
Yeah.
But like you do what you want to do. That's great. If you
Yeah.
want to identify as a fucking donkey,
Yeah.
then identify as a donkey. I don't give a shit, but don't cram it down my throat.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
See, like the whole idea, like you can be gay, straight, trans, you could be bi, you could
Yeah.
be whatever. What I care about is that you don't make out in front of me. You don't do all this shit in front of me. I don't care who
I don't
you are.
even
You
care
could,
about
you
that.
could be straight. I don't care if whatever. Just don't sit there and make out in front of me and do all your, like essentially have sex in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm cool with everything. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm very open. I'm very cool with like whatever's going on. You do whatever makes you happy.
Mhm.
That, you know, life happens.
yeah,
That's the way I feel. Cause like I grew up, dude, we have 17 like cousins and I think like 40% of us are fucking straight.
Yeah.
So like I grew up, all my cousins were gay, you know,
Mhm.
like when I was, 12 years old, like it's like, hey, those two dudes are making out in the corner. Oh, fuck, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I also grew up throughout the 90s when like, even if you were gay, you didn't get like, you weren't so offended by everything.
Yeah.
Like I remember like growing up, like my cousin would, my grandpa would be like, "That's your fucking. I saw you fucking floating in here, faggot." And my cousin would be like, "Oh, fuck you, breeder." They would talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd laugh it off. They loved
And-
each other still.
And you see,
They didn't
that's-
get offended and cry and go to social media about
and
it.
that's exactly what I think we need to get back into.
I agree.
And I used to actually get super like sad and offended because I didn't know how to. I know why I got so offended and sad is because I couldn't say anything back. I never I wasn't clever.
Mhm.
I didn't sit there and was like, like I grew into that of like, if you guys made fun of me, like I would have to figure something out to say.
Yeah.
But like some of these kids, like you say something, they're like
Just wreck
Yeah.
some dude.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Everybody, I feel like nobody has thick skin anymore.
No, everybody's a
Just
bunch of
the older
pussies.
generation.
Everybody's a bunch of pussies. I'm gonna say
It's
it.
true,
Yeah.
man. It really is.
And I don't give a fuck. Like,
Everybody's fucking pussies.
dude, what I've grown into, like the whole social media thing is that like, hey, like everyone has a fucking opinion about you. Like it's just,
It's like us. Like we just got a message the other day. Like we posted. So this last podcast we did was pretty fucking upfront. It was about 2020, and it was
Okay.
about basically if you didn't come out of 2020 and if you were doing bad, it's because you wanted to do bad.
Yeah.
You were not mentally strong enough to do anything to keep progressing.
I will say there is a very small percentage of people that it like maybe chance, fortune,
Mhm.
whatever, the stars didn't align, and you
Mhm.
know what?
I agree. That's I said in that too. There's also those people. There is people that actually did get fucked over, or
Yes.
there is people that believe that if you put your rent on hold for 3 months, they weren't going to ask for that 3 months of rent back.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
they lost their house.
Yes.
But even still, that motherfucker, I saw him post about buying a new TV when he got
Mhm.
his stimulus check.
yeah.
So he was not smart with how he did that and allocated
Yes.
his funds. He was like, "Oh, everybody else is talking about spending their COVID check, so I'm going to spend my COVID check and post on Instagram."
Yeah.
But then 3 months later, he loses his house, and he's like, "Well, 2020 fucked me over. They fucked me over." It's like, no, that's
Fucked
on
yourself
you,
over.
man.
Yeah, you fucked yourself.
See-
Exactly.
My dad actually, so he left his job. He
Mhm.
left his job, and I'm not going to say the company name, but he left his job. He's an engineer. He the idea was that after 6 months, because it was what's the word? It's like the non-contestant. It's in a contract. So say you work for a construction company.
Mhm.
You sign in your contract that you can't leave and then immediately go work for another construction company
Oh,
because
like a
that's-
no compete clause.
yes,
Yeah, no
no
compete.
no compete. So he has that with his company.
Mhm.
So he's like, all right, I have to wait 6 months to a year to go work at this other company.
Okay.
During that time, COVID hit, like
Oh.
right as he left.
Oh shit.
So the whole like unemployment thing,
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't necessarily get because he quit his job.
Fuck.
So it was one of those things that, and he was the sole provider for my family.
Yeah.
He was going to get paid from this other company to stay unemployed because of that.
And then,
COVID hit.
yeah.
And so I don't necessarily know his financial standings because I'm not going to ask my dad that. But then it became into this whole idea that, hey, you know, like he either reached out to friends or said, hey, I'm not working at X company anymore. Like I can freelance work my
Mhm.
engineering skills. As long as you provide me this and that, like A, B, and C, I will give you the product. And as long as you pay me, we're good.
Yeah.
And it's a freelancing as like entrepreneurship as I can fucking get to. And you know, like there's those situations where literally my dad left his job and was unemployed but couldn't collect unemployment because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he made it out fine. My
Is
family
your dad the kind of guy that would curl up and die, or is he the kind of guy that would find something that was lesser?
he's the kind of guy that finds something that was lesser. Like
Exactly. So he still provided. He still did what he had to do.
exactly. And
Yeah.
so like, and I get it. Not everyone has skills at this point in
Mhm.
time. Not everyone. I was thankful enough that I built my skills up over the last 5 years.
I think the biggest problem is a lot of people. So like your dad, that's the good man right there, because a lot of people are so caught up in if you're not willing to put aside what you are, you know, a lot of people are so egotistical about their lifestyle and their career.
I also
and
blame
everything.
social media on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they won't say, hey, you know, shit's tough. I need to go get a fucking job at Subway
Yep.
because I'm not providing right. I need to go do this. I need to go do that.
Yep.
These things are all open. Yeah, it's shit money, but I need to do what I can do. I'm going to work DoorDash on my time off,
Yep.
and I'm going to lift on the weekends.
Yep.
You know, so there was people that went out and did that. It's like, you know, you have to put that ego aside.
Yep.
It's like
And
it's like when the pandemic hit. Me and Goose, we were out of work,
Yep.
but we know how to fucking work construction, and we work our asses off, and we
We were-
found little fucking jobs. You know, we picked up jobs. We were
So-
framing.
We utilized the fact that people were blowing their COVID checks
Yep.
and we were getting side work.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
making more money in COVID
Yeah.
than we were in our normal career.
Dude, absolutely. I've literally and I started calculating it. So if in my busiest week, I make almost double
Mhm.
what I made doing my engineering job.
Mhm.
And say even on a slow week, if I even make at close to anything what I made my engineering job, and I'm doing this while I'm happy under my own like money and like my own skill and time.
Yeah.
God, I used to work 9 to 5. I would sit there, and the moment 5 o'clock hit, clock out, I'm good. I'm done. Don't want to do it anymore.
It's a
Don't want
drag
to
the whole
think
day.
about work. But I could show up at 10 a.m.
Mhm.
10 a.m. 10 to 11 a.m. every morning, every afternoon. And I could be there till midnight.
Yeah.
2 a.m. sometimes. I'll be exhausted as shit. As soon as I get home, I'm ready to knock out. But that is the happiest I will be working because it's the shit that I want to do.
Yep.
And I am so motivated to do it. And it is crazy to me how much that whole mentality changes.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're doing what you want to do. And even if you were just barely making ends meet or you're still struggling to make ends meet, you're happy because you're doing something that you want to do. And you did that on your own. You didn't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So for those of you that don't know, I actually do Starry Night headliners, I vinyl rap, I do a bunch of other stuff. There was a Ford Focus that had me do 450 count fiber optics for his headliner. And so essentially it's the Rolls Royce headliner, and I usually do 335 count.
Uh-huh.
This was 450. So this was 115 more fiber optics I needed to push the hole through and all this stuff. It was essentially another 4 hours.
Wow.
And I went 20 hours straight of doing this.
Jesus.
I was 16 hours straight. I was 16 hours straight doing this. And I was so exhausted, but I was still so happy that I was doing it.
Yeah. Because you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
So even though, because you went to school for what you were doing, right?
I went to school for engineering, yeah.
So that's what you were, your whole life you built up to try and do something like that.
Yep.
And right now you're the happiest you've ever been doing
100%.
something you never thought you'd be doing.
Yes, 100%. And it's actually insane to me because I thought that I would be so happy doing engineering work. And I am. I'm very happy doing engineering work. I'm actually incredibly happy with the information that I learned from going to school for engineering. I actually dropped out of UNLV for mechanical engineering. I was going to school for 5 years, and I'm a very firm believer that school's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
But if you're in a time in a place where you can go to school and you can learn information about the possible trades that you're interested in, I say do it.
Bring the mic up a little bit.
It's
There you go.
so it's very, in my opinion, like whenever I have kids, I want them to go to college. But if
Mhm.
they're very set on something that they want to do, I'm going to listen. I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Like, school's not for everyone. Like, if I see that you're a C student, but your workmanship is like A+, and your the way that you approach things
Mhm.
and you're willing to work, like, do it.
So let me ask you this. So you feel that way about having your kids go to school. Is that if you are funding the school for them? Or would you say that for everybody, or would you say if that was for like an opportunity that your parents are putting you through school?
So my parents actually never put me through school.
Okay, so you paid your own way.
I paid my own way. I still have student loans, and I will have to pay those student loans back.
Yeah.
I'm thankful, but I'm also like, I hate my parents for not helping me with it. But it also taught me a life lesson of like, hey, don't waste your money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know at some point that like, hey, you know what, like
This isn't for me.
Like, pull the plug.
Be honest with yourself,
Yes.
and don't worry about the consequence. Or you're gonna get over it if your parents get pissed at you or whatever.
Yeah. I literally like I remember the day. It was the day before one of my finals. It
Mhm.
was I remember sitting there, and at the time I would pay for Adderall from friends that just had prescriptions, and I was chasing it. I would I would crack open a 12 I would start shotgunning a 24-ounce can of Red Bull.
Jesus.
chase my Adderall.
Just to make it.
just to make it through the first few hours of studying.
I hear that. Yeah, that can fuck kids up too.
Mentally, it was really fucking you up then.
Oh my God. I
So
remember,
like, were you really like, was it putting you like depressions and stuff at that time?
I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I remember sitting there and before my like the Adderall and like I had Red Bull, my hand was shaking on the
Jesus.
table. Like I was like my hand was like vibrating on the table.
So then maybe you were you getting addicted to it at that point, you think?
I don't want to say addiction because
Okay.
it's not like I like needed it, but I was like as soon as like I was like all right, because walking to the library I was good.
Mhm.
The moment I sat down in like a little study hall, my hand was like get this and do this. Like
Okay.
take the Adderall, take the Red Bull, and like let's get to work.
Holy shit.
wow.
And I remember I literally sat there after the first 10 minutes and my hand was like at some point still shaking.
But
And-
do you think that could become an addiction for some people?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy. And I just remember sitting there and I looked at my phone and it was only like 7:00 at night.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, fuck, I still have another 7 hours of this.
Jesus, fuck
Fucking
that.
Christ, dude.
Yeah, no way.
And I was like, fuck, I essentially have another job of me studying
Yeah.
and I do not feel at all ready. And I was like, you know what? This is it. And I looked at, I was in a fraternity. Well, I don't want to say I was in a fraternity because it's fraternity for life, blah, blah, blah. But I was in a fraternity at the time. Tau Kappa Epsilon. I love those guys. And I remember looking at my little and I was like, I can't do it. And he kind of just like, cause he was also a STEM student. He, good for him. Cause he graduated. He did all this stuff. He did everything that he needed to do. And he just looked at me. He's like, all right. Like,
Yeah.
I understand.
Mhm.
Don't worry. Like, go do what you need to do. So I left and I looked at my mom and I just straight cried my eyes out. I was like,
Wow.
Mom, I am so sorry, but I'm probably a failure in your eyes, but I can't do it. And I told her, I was like, I need to drop out. And so
Wow.
And your, if you know what that is, your ethnicity, is that kind of like it's a big thing for you guys to go through school, right?
it is a huge thing. I was actually the first in my generation to go to school. My parents didn't go to school.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so that was such a huge burden on my shoulders because I was the oldest child. I needed to, not that I needed to. By the way, can you get me another beer, please?
Yeah, I'll take one.
It was I put that pressure on myself, being the oldest. Like, hey, be the person to complete school first, do this and that, and God bless my sister. She finished nursing school, and so she was actually the first one to complete school for us.
So would you say that was another like big weight on your shoulders was not wanting to let your family down?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I remember sitting there and I was crying to my mom, and my mom was like, it's okay. Like, if that's what you need to do, like, that's what you need to do. Like, maybe take a break
Yeah.
and not necessarily drop out. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to be real. Like, I've thought about dropping out for the last like 2 years. And I just pushed through because I thought that I could push past it, that I was strong enough and this and that. And so then she was like, well, let's see how you do on your exams. And I remember walking out of my thermodynamics exam. I know, big word, guys. And
Thermodynamic exam.
yeah.
Yeah, I fucking murdered that fucking big word.
Yeah. I remember like as soon as I walked out and I got home, I looked at my mom and I was just like,
Done.
I shook my head. I was like, nah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's a negative Ghost Rider. Like, I'm not I'm dropping out.
Mhm.
And at the time I was engineering intern. So I was like, I'm cool with working my way up and doing what I needed to do, because that's what my dad did.
Yeah.
My dad started out not necessarily as an engineering intern, but he started low and then he grew his way up. And how I look up to him so much, and he does like all this engineering stuff, and he's so talented.
That's
And,
the
Without
old,
going to school for it.
that's
Yeah,
the old
exactly.
school mentality. Yes.
and so
I mean,
I
there's
was
people
I-
like one of our cousin Scott's dad, I think, one of our like cousins, whatever, however it is. He started off like Lockheed Martin, just worked his way up,
yeah.
and he fucking became an engineer and designed shit.
And that's just how you like. Sometimes that's how you do it. It
Yeah.
takes longer, but fuck, school's not for everyone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I can't go to school. I couldn't fucking. I didn't even make it through high school.
Yeah.
So
that's right. You did tell me that.
yeah, I dropped out at a really young age and started working full time.
Really, what
Yeah.
age did you actually end up dropping out? If you're not comfortable with that, like answering that, you're cool.
No, it's fine. I dropped out at about 15.
Really?
Started working full time.
Wow.
So I've been working almost 15 years in the industry that I'm still in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. That's interesting, dude.
So yeah. So I've achieved quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
I've done good for myself.
No, you're I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. You guys, I talk so much about you guys.
Mhm.
You guys are such good friends of mine, and I actually look up to both of you for like different reasons, and like all of them positive, obviously. Just the fact that you guys are so passionate about work and just like being able to like do it yourself.
Whatever you put your mind to, you should be passionate about.
Yep.
And if you're not passionate, still fucking give it your 110%.
Mhm. Thank man. Thank you. Thank you for
Of
that.
course.
Appreciate the cheers, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Cheers to that, man. Thanks, dude. I know we're getting all sappy here on the TTP, guys.
Yeah, dude. Thank you though. Thank you.
No, I actually do look forward to you guys. Like a lot of my friends are like, I want to meet Goose and Holden. Like I actually do talk about you guys quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
a lot of the that's a lot of the thing though. It's mentally strong. You're mentally strong. Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve. You know, whether it's car building, whether it's audio,
Whether it's
being an
working on
engineer,
your house.
being a builder, granite, being a podcaster. If you put your fucking mind to it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
There-
You know, like when you went to school for engineering, and dude, you have one of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like you built that thing in your garage. I mean, I have my fingers in there a couple of places, so it's holding. But like,
No, like, and
if you
I
look
don't-
at that, that's like it looks like a big money SEMA car.
Yeah.
This looks like something that people would dump thousands. This looks like something that like you go to SEMA and people are like, dude, that's $120,000 build right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's my buddy's car. He built it in his garage.
Mhm.
And I just we sit there and we laugh about like,
Yeah.
how broken it is.
It's like if
The,
you actually,
the 8-hour oil change.
but it's because you're strong. That's why you came out of COVID ahead.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, dude, you're fucking thriving right now, man.
You are.
Appreciate
You're
it.
doing good, man.
Thank you so much.
But I mean, I don't know. Good talk, dude.
Yeah, this has been a
Yeah.
I think this one kicked the shit out of the last podcast, dude.
Thank you.
This is a good
I'm
one.
actually-
And
yeah.
like to everybody out there listening, like me and Holden talk a lot of shit, but this you heard him say like he leans Democrat. We're definitely conservatives. Like this is what happens when you put two people in a room, two different kinds of people. You know, even there's three of us. I'm an idiot, but yeah, I dropped out at 15. Remember? No. So like this is how it can be.
I
This
feel like
is-
me and Goose make one.
Yeah, this is how the world can be if you just we don't have the same outlook on things.
But these
You
guys
think
are
that-
some of my closest friends. Like,
You think there's 100 sexes? I think there's 2. We still have
There's a good example.
conversation.
Yeah.
There's a good example.
And I mean, I don't know, guys. That was good, and I just kind of. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I was gonna end
Jesus.
on a good note if you guys are down with that.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
You guys good with this?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be more podcasts in the future.
Oh, definitely.
yearly, right? We said.
Let's do. Yeah, we'll probably
Well-
get them in here before
Well,
the end of the
I was
year.
gonna say honestly, like I said, if you guys are down to have like more of my friends on,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm down to come on with it and
Yeah.
just to bring more people in and
Fuck it, dude. Yeah.
I'd like to bring. Yeah, definitely. Like, cause you got somebody that started the club with you.
I've got my buddy Kenny who also like is military, like ex-military.
Absolutely, yeah, dude.
Who
We'll
has
get you guys
a
on.
ton
here.
of experience and is
Yeah,
also
man.
into car building.
We're getting ready for everybody out there listening. I know you said we had stuff coming 2021. We're getting ready to actually expand this. There's going to be 6 mics pretty soon, so we can do bigger interviews, more
Okay.
people, and so we'll set something up down the road, maybe
I
like
can even bring
summertime.
my roommate in who's a former like professional chef. I want to say former because he furloughed COVID crap
Mhm.
like that, but he's still professional
chef,
level and stuff like that.
To
Like
do sushi.
I'm pretty sure he does do sushi, but actually I can actually bring my friends who started their own like food group.
Okay.
They're making it their own, and they do meal preps and they do all this stuff, and they started from the ground up. Like
like
Really?
nutritionist kind of stuff.
exactly.
They do this during COVID.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Cheers to them.
Oleo.
Wow, shit.
So they
Kudos to them. See this, people? This is what happens. I posted.
They have like
it-
an actual company. Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, they have like LLC and everything
Wow.
like that.
We
That's
posted a
badass,
meme
dude.
the other day that said like, "This is what happens." It was one of the SpaceX rockets. This is what happens when somebody actually puts their determination and dreams into work.
Yep.
Elon Musk just became the richest man in the world, like in
He's-
the United States. Right?
He's
Or the
gonna
world.
Yeah.
he's gonna take the helm and he's gonna turn this all around.
Hope so. Maybe 2020 we'll see.
Elon Musk,
2021.
send me money, please. You're the richest man.
But Chris,
Hey,
do you want to
Musky
sponsor
Wusky.
sponsor my 240 build,
Right?
please?
maybe he'll send you a Tesla, bro.
Dude,
And then
I
you
don't
can
need a
build that.
Tesla. I need parts.
slam the fuck out of it, dude.
Dude, imagine like if he like helped you design like the first drift Tesla.
There are actually
Is there?
there's drift electric cars on
What?
over in FD. Yeah.
Wow.
It never placed, but it was still like it was the fact that it would make top 16.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
There you
shit.
go. Maybe
I did not know about that.
Sure,
See, we got to talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Chris, do you want to plug anything before you leave, my dude? Give everybody your Instagram, how to get in contact if you're doing work, whatever.
Yeah. I'm over at Houdini Raps. So HOUDINIWRAPS. Houdini Raps essentially.
The Houdini?
No, just Houdini. Just Houdini Raps.
No, the Houdini, like the great and powerful Houdini magician.
But if not, my Instagram is Chris LCAS. So Chris Lucas without the U.
It's right there, guys.
But if you have any business inquiries for me, go ahead and DM me. I do Starry Night headliners, vinyl wrapping. I retrofit headlights. I do a bunch of car stuff. So anything and everything I'm willing to perform. Just kind of DM me and message
The cool
me.
shit you see in like the magazines and the movies and stuff, this guy makes it come.
Not only
reality.
that, but he's a sweetheart, guys. Hit him up.
Absolutely.
He's a good dude. He won't do you wrong. So
Very positive. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming on. And
Appreciate it, guys.
cheers, guys.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
We'll see you guys next time.